Hi, good afternoon, everyone. It's Aman Singh this side from University Living. I'll be the host and moderator for this panel discussion. So we have gathered here in order to clarify your doubts regarding your upcoming intake in the UK. And the topic of our panel discussion would be how the UK plans to rebuild the university experience in the post-COVID era. So what I'll do is I'll give you a brief introduction of the panelists that we have, and then I'll give you the flow of the event as well. So at this point in time, we have 7 panelists on a panel. So I'll begin with introducing each and every one. So we have Dr. Debanjan, who's the Director East and Northeast at British Council. Then we have Dolan Mitra, who's the Country Advisor for King's College London. We have Saransh Tikku, who's the member of LSE Alumni Chapter in Mumbai. We have Anshika Arora, who's the recruitment advisor, senior recruitment advisor for University of Exeter. Then we have Pritika Malik, who's the recruitment advisor for University of Strathclyde. Then we have David here, who's the head of sales at IQ Student Accommodation. We have Prakash also with us, who's the vice president and head of business retail at Ebix Cash World Money. And last but not the least, we have Saurabh here with us on this panel. He's the director and founder of University Living, the organization which is behind this panel discussion. So I'll now give a brief about the flow of the event. So during the first hour, I'll be addressing several questions in front of our panelists. I'll be addressing these questions towards them. So once we are done with having our panel discussion, we'll begin with the live Q&A session. So you can enter your questions in the chat and I'll pick up the questions from the chat and address it towards the panel. Perfect. So now I believe we are good to go with our panel discussion. So Dr. Debanjan, the first question I would like to ask you. So as we all know, British Council is at the center of UK education ecosystem. So just wanted to understand your take on the current situation as you are already connected and well associated with all the major stakeholders in the industry.
Hello, everyone. Just to check, can you hear me all right, everyone?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Hello, once again. It's a great pleasure to address all of you. And thank you, University Living, and all the panelists with me here from King's College, Exeter, London School of Economics, IQ Student Accommodation, and my apologies if I've missed out on anyone. It's great that we are convened here this evening to discuss a number of pertinent issues to do with international student mobility and recruitment. British Council, as you know, is UK's organization for international relations on culture and education. And student recruitment and mobility is at the heart of what we do across the world. The overall objective is to create opportunities for young people. So for British Council India, it is about creating world-class opportunities for young Indians to get the best education possible and get an international experience in education. We have been in India for over 70 years now, and this remit of international education is right at the heart of everything that the British Council does. If we go back a little bit in time and look at India's history, some of our greatest leaders, thinkers, Nobel laureates have been to the UK, and right from Mahatma Gandhi to Amartya Sen, we have a long list of very illustrious leaders, thought leaders, scientists, economists who have trained in the UK and have gained a lot in their professional careers from those exposures. So my initial response is that the UK is open to international students. That is the key message. UK's world-class universities continue to recruit international students. The admission processes are open, and modes of teaching might look a little bit different at this point of time now, but these are still open. And I think to ensure that you meet the required timelines of admission, etc., we would encourage you to apply sooner rather than later. And I think travel to UK will eventually open up. There are lots of provisos around that in terms of public health concerns. The UK government and the UK university sectors are preparing to welcome new students in autumn, and we will hear more about that from the UK university sector representatives themselves in a bit. Many UK HEIs will teach online to begin with, is the indication that we are getting. We have been supporting from the British Council the UK university sector, the student sector, quite robustly. So we have been conducting a lot of market analysis and insights. So compared to, for instance, only 21% students from China responding to the fact that they are eager and open to coming to the UK for this term, over 50% of students from India have indicated their eagerness to come to the UK and study. So that is a very good illustration of the kind of equity that the UK has in terms of a destination. So I think I will rest there. We are working very closely with all the UK university players. So this includes BUILA, it includes Universities UK International, it includes a whole range of our partners with the universities themselves. And I'm very pleased to see a number of them on this panel. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Debanjan, for taking that up so well and explaining the audience what exactly has been going on. So, David, next question I would like to ask is towards you. So, just wanted to let our audience know that David is operating from London at this point in time. So, David, can you give us an idea about the new normal that all of us are heading to, how exactly it is in the UK, in London, and any government guidelines that have come out?
Of course, it'd be my pleasure. First of all, I just want to thank you guys at University Living and esteemed panelists as well. It's great to connect, and again, just illustrating how we are a community and we all work together to support each other. And we are very much welcoming all our international students across the UK. As IQ, we own and operate over 70 properties across the UK. It's 30,000 students come and stay with us every year. And we've been through lockdown while still operating. We continue to operate. We continue to look after our students domestic. And so we've got a lot of experience in supporting that the student experience and understanding exactly what's happening, and actually reassuring and connecting with the homelands and parents and so on and so forth. We can go into a little bit more of that a bit later, but just to give you a little bit of an update on what's actually happening on the ground here in the UK. The mood is positive. That's the overwhelming, overriding comment, really. We're very, very positive in terms of what things are happening. So lockdown has slowly been relaxed. So we've gone from social distancing from 2 meters, now it's down to 1 meter. It's great news that schools came back, although they're now breaking up for summer. So if you do see any children running past me in a minute, that's the reason why. Retail is back. Also restaurants, pubs, gyms, swimming pools are all starting to become open. Swimming pools and gyms will be open on the 24th. Again, we're taking it very seriously. Social distancing is very, very important. And offices in central London are slowly getting back to normal. Again, staggered starts for a lot of operators. We're aligning ourselves, a lot of offices are aligning themselves with sort of the universities opening in September and having all the social distancing measures in place, taking things very seriously. We do understand, we have to wear masks in closed public places, like when you're going shopping and so forth. One great thing is sport is becoming back. We've seen professional sport under certain conditions coming back. English Premiership and things like that, and yes, Liverpool did win, Aman, but cricket and things like that are back, not just to watch, but actually participation. So grassroots sports are back, which is great news. In terms of quarantine laws and immigration laws, the UK are opening up borders. Their borders are open, and there is a list of territories that are you have to go into self-quarantine if you've been through that territory. Now, that's a self-quarantine for 14 days. And we at IQ, we'll come on to a little bit later what we're doing about that, but the fundamental issue is we are open, we are welcoming, and it is a new normal, but we do take things very, very seriously. And, you know, number one priority is safety across the whole land at the moment.
Great. Good to hear that, David, that, you know, UK is recovering at a good rate, right? Next set of questions I would like to ask is to our universities here. So, Dolan, can you help us understand that how exactly King's College London is prepared to welcome the upcoming set of students, and if there's any timeline for our students to know about?
Yeah, well, thank you again. Thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful session. Yes, so we are planning for the 2020-21 academic year to start as scheduled, and that would be end of September for us. So we are putting detailed arrangements in place to protect the health and well-being of our students and staff, all in line with UK government guidance. And also remember that we have 4 hospitals ourselves, so we are a big medical entity really, and we are in this space. You know, we are researching into all the COVID things that are happening. We are contributing to the COVID situation in various ways. So we are very much in that space. So of course we understand how serious it is, and all that is required will be done. So therefore, we are looking forward to welcoming our students in our campuses. Now, the thing is that the number of students able to be on campus at any one time will be governed by safe distancing guidelines, right? And we are planning for a combination of campus-based and online teaching and digital services to ensure that all our students can receive the highest quality of education, no matter what their circumstances are, whether they are pursuing it from home or they've come to campus and they are in their residences and things like that. So through our planning, our intention is to prioritize small group teaching activities such as seminars, group teaching, supervisions, laboratory sessions, and other practical elements of programs to be delivered on campus, of course, respecting self-distancing guidelines. Now, the large teaching events like lectures will be delivered online for at least the first semester, right? Now, we are a big university and, you know, almost 34,000 students, right? And in some of our lectures, there could be like 300 plus students. So hence social distancing will obviously be difficult. Therefore, lectures will be delivered online for at least the first semester. Now, one point I would like to stress is that our small group teachings is actually, you know, a very important element of our teaching, the way we teach, the learning that happens at the university. And the large lectures is again one part of it. Lectures is not everything. These small interactions are really one of the key ways in which King's teaches. So that's going to happen as usual, but of course respecting all the distancing guidelines. Now you did talk about the timeline. Well, one thing I'd like to state that I mean, in certain cases, we are offering the course to start as usual in September, and also we are giving the option of January start. In certain cases, we have shifted the entire course to only a Jan start. Yeah, because traditionally we don't have any Jan starts. We only have September starts, apart from a few online courses here and there in dentistry. So therefore, because certain courses have more lab-based interactions, so you know you can't do lab-based things online, you know, to that effect really. So therefore, those certain courses have been shifted entirely to Jan. And another thing is that now our courses, I mean, another option that we're offering is that you can start in September, come to campus, You can also do it from home online, at least till the first semester.